if your strategy to engage not yet ready buyers is exclusively and only solely reliant on your CRM, it's probably a losing proposition.
Hi, it's Jim Black, and welcome to Real Estate Today with Brian Vieaux, our guest from KeySteps, powered by FinLocker. As an agent in your local market, it's important to know some of the tools that help get your clients off the fence and making big decisions. And the sooner you can get them engaged with financial tools to make sure they can afford their goals, the better off you are. So today, I'm going to have Brian on our podcast. He's going to share some really cool features of KeySteps, which is a free app that you can have co-branded with your favorite lender to empower your client or prospect to be ready to buy. Even if they don't feel like they're ready today, there's really 5 key steps in KeySteps to get them ready. So Brian, can you share a little bit about KeySteps and also those 5 things that you think people should be aware of and why you stand out in the crowd of many different types of apps that exist?
For sure. Thanks for having me on, Jim. So first thing I would say is every one of us has consumers, leads that come into our funnel that aren't ready to transact today, right? They're not yet ready, we'll say. And most of us as professionals have some strategy to stay connected to those not yet ready buyers. Sadly, though, for all of us, one of those things that most of us rely on, which is our CRM and it's pushing out emails, is becoming less and less effective. All of us are consumers. All of us are inundated. Our inboxes are blown up, and we're frankly reading fewer of the emails that hit our inbox. That's reality, guys. And so if your strategy to engage not yet ready buyers is exclusively and only solely reliant on your CRM, it's probably a losing proposition. Not knocking CRMs, by the way. What KeySteps provides is a different strategy to engage that not yet ready buyer. And frankly, it's the right strategy because in most cases, those not yet ready buyers, they don't even know what they don't know. And so I'll get right into what KeySteps is. KeySteps is a personal financial fitness app centered on homeownership. And what that means is we've built this consolidated, cohesive, comprehensive consumer app that brings in features that consumers are going to 3, 4, 5 different apps for. And those features include credit education, credit monitoring, credit preparation, credit improvement, spending analysis, budgeting, goal setting. So call it like personal financial management, even searching for properties for sale. We have that feature in the app. We brought those all into one experience. So now imagine as a real estate professional, you get a lead either through an open house or through any kind of other marketing that you're doing, and that lead's not ready to buy for a variety of reasons. Could be income, could be credit, could be they haven't saved enough for down payment, you name it. Yes, still put them in your CRM, but the second thing you should do, maybe the first thing you should do, is invite them to download the KeySteps app. It's free. You're going to be connected to them in the app, so you're always connected to that user in the app. And now that not yet ready buyer, in about 3 minutes time when they download the app, can run their own financial readiness assessment. And that readiness assessment is going to evaluate the user on 4 dimensions: credit, assets, income, and employment. We calculate DTI on top of that. And so then we gamify the experience for that borrower, that buyer, that user, and they earn a star for each of those categories. So somebody that's 2 out of 4 stars is clearly not yet ready. And let's just say for argument's sake, they're lacking stars in credit and assets. So their credit's too low, maybe it's 580, and they only have $6,000 saved for a combination of down payment and closing costs. But the good news is their current renter, maybe they have another year on their lease. In the KeySteps app, that prospective buyer can create a goal and an objective. I want to be a homeowner for the first time in 12 months. My goal is to buy a home no more than $350,000 in this zip code, and I plan to have $25,000 in savings for my down payment. All of that gets keyed into KeySteps. We prompt the user to do a few things, connect to their credit, where they're then going to get their credit score, see their entire credit report, actually have a credit simulator tool.
Yeah, I love it. I have it right here I'm actually looking at it right here. So it's pretty cool. I can actually do all those things you're talking about in a gamifying manner, which is really cool. So it's awesome. And we'll make sure everyone sees these links that they can send their clients to and white label to if they want to with their favorite lender, like we mentioned earlier. So that's great.
Here's what I would say, Jim, is all those tools, the most important factor if I'm a real estate professional is I'm not sending them to some other place and then hoping they come back to me when they're ready. I'm sending them to this KeySteps app where I'm connected to them all the time. And so what's really beneficial here for the real estate professionals and the lenders that they partner with, the originators they partner with, is as that consumer is progressing closer to their goals and objectives and attaining those stars, those are signals that you will receive in real time. So now you can have meaningful follow-up and conversations with your buyers, with your prospective buyers, and actually be part of their journey towards readiness. I think to me, that connection builds trust. And so when it's time to buy, and for the lenders out there, time to finance that purchase, the trust has been built over this duration of nurture and education so that they're going to stay with you. They're going to transact with you because you've been the source of not only the technology, but in some cases, educating them along the way.
So to recap it, it's a free service. It's not a hard or soft pull. It's a closed-in ecosystem for the consumer or your client to make good decisions and learn and get nurtured to be ready to make a decision. In addition, there is a search feature in there where they can like types of properties, and in those likes, that ecosystem then kind of naturally gets closer to what they're really comfortable with or what they can afford. So as a real estate professional, you'll have a better pull through and conversion because these people are prepared and they understand what buying a house means versus you spending 6 weekends driving them around to realize that they're not qualified or understand they have a credit card balance that they should pay off versus buy a house. So just a great tool. I'm a big user of this KeySteps tool. I'm a big advocate of it. At my lending company, we use this all the time. And I appreciate you, Brian, for really just adding value to the community. If you're a real estate professional or a lender, reach out to Brian, reach out to your favorite local lender, make sure they have this tool. KeySteps is creating your own ecosystem while your competitors are trying to create their own portal or their own closed ecosystem with you out of it. So create your own local portal or your own local ecosystem to really make sure that that client or prospect has the tools they need when they need them and be ready when they're ready to make a decision. So I appreciate your time, Brian. Thanks for being on Local Real Estate today, and can't wait to share these tools. Appreciate all you're doing. Can't wait to see you soon, and thanks for being on our show.